Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Taking a quick look here at Myro, seeing what's going on. This coin is looking fantastic now. We're back up above that descending trend based on the Ichimoku cloud. We're testing this long-term trend line based on daily candlestick closures. And then of course, obviously, just making some significant progress here. We're going to extend out some previous trend lines. These are daily candlestick closure trend lines. That 8-cent mark is huge. Being above that level, we can see a nice little retest here. That's going to be a catalyst there for us, essentially giving us consideration for the price action going higher moving forward. So again, awesome stuff here for Myro. Be sure to stick around through to the end. I think you're going to check some really amazing things here. So just to double check here before we get started, I am not a financial advisor. I love to teach people to trade. Hope you can learn something here today. If you want to become a better trader, CryptoCash.tech is a site. Link down below, and you can go ahead and join our amazing community. We got fantastic traders over here. We took some nice healthy trades here from BNB, Chainlink, and another Chainlink trade. That was roughly the last 24 hours there for our day trading. And what do you know? We got a common trend here. Chainlink, 72% in 5 days, 46% in 17 days there for a second swing trade for Chainlink. So thank you, Chainlink, for the profits. Let's go ahead and see if Myro is a good consideration for us here in taking either a long or a short. Looking at the daily time frame, we can kind of summarize here that, of course, we're not out of the woods yet completely, right? We're still under the 50-day SMA right there at about 93. I'm rounding up about 93 cents, and that could be a new resistance for us. Okay, so just keep in mind, 93 cents may prove to be a slowing, steady location, but at this point, stochastic swinging up. We got that nice pivot off that low MFI bounce, and same thing with traditional RSI closer to that 30. So a lot of times you can have some success buying the RSI at 30 and money flow index between the $10 to $20 range, 10 to 20 range, and that is effectively a good consideration. You don't just want to take a trade based on that one thing, but that can be a very viable option. I like to do that on the 4-hour personally. It gives me some confirmation for longs. Now again, is that the bottom that we came down to, about 4.5? Probably pretty likely. As I've discussed in previous time frames, this was a previous high, and now it's established itself as a new low. And if you exclude the previous amount of volume, you can see that we do have more volume above the price action right now, above that 4.5 mark, but below the current price action. Okay, so that tells us that we have a lot of buying action right there in the 5 to 6 cent mark, and that's a very positive sign. So let's take a look at some other things here too. Stochastic is starting to swing down, so we got to recognize there could be potential shift in momentum. But with money flow index being so freaking high right now, that's extremely important. Okay, so again, money flow index takes an average of the last 14 candles and kind of tells you where the amount of money is flowing in or out. If it's high right now, it implies that there's been a lot more buying pressure in the last week or two than there has the previous few weeks. That being said, with RSI being still fairly low, it leads us to believe that the relative strength still has room for growth, yet the money flowing into this coin is high. That implies we have a lot of strength and the price action is less likely to drop because of that. We take a look at the MACD, we can see a convergence here as well. A lot of good things going on here. Obviously, we're still below some key level moving averages, so once more, we're not completely out of the woods yet, but you can see this 50-day SMA kind of running concurrent with this descending trend line. Now again, no two trend lines are perfect, so just because we're above that right now, it doesn't mean like it would just shoot to the moon because of it, but it's just kind of a visual representation of where you're at, okay? So at this point here, with us being kind of closer to these levels here, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape to be able to see the price continue higher. We just got to recognize that we're going to have some resistance levels coming up here soon. So let's talk about resistance on the hourly, so we can go ahead and wrap this up and give you just a quick summarization here. So first of all, just to clarify, Ichimoku Cloud, we are all green lights here to leave your long position open. You see this blue X here on the chart? That basically was a buy signal there. So anything at about 7.5 or higher would be a buy signal under the impression we're above the cloud, which we are now, right? We've also broken the initial descending trend line. We're above most moving averages here on the hourly. Hourly looking pretty solid, okay? Conversion line's well above the baseline, lagging spans free and clear. This is 3 out of 3 reasons to consider a long position right now, okay? If you take that into consideration, though, we do got to recognize this most recent high will prove as an initial resistance level for us. So this level here at about 9.9, I'm going to round. Actually, it's almost exact 9.9. 9.9 cents is essentially that new level for us here. For resistance. It'd probably be easiest just to summarize and say 10 cents, but 10 cents, 9.9, however you look at it, we could very well see the price action run up there and get rejected, or sweep the liquidity and use it as a new support level. Okay, both scenarios can exist. A lot of times when you see situations like this, it will come up to that resistance level. and then have to retest it again later. Okay, so it could be in the beginning phases of a cup and handle pattern, but at this point here, retesting this most recent high is extremely important. We're going to see how the coin is going to react moving forward as a result of that. How that responds there is a big deal. So to me, 9.9 is probably the largest amount of resistance we want to pay attention to. And also, just to clarify, for moving averages sake, we're looking at about 10.6 as a secondary amount of resistance there based on moving averages on slightly larger time frames there. Okay, so again, nothing set in stone, but the truth here is, though, breaking this most recent high is probably the most important thing for us here, working our way up. Okay, so I would just say pay close attention to that level. I think it's an important consideration for us. Other than that, not much else to really know. Everything is fairly bullish here on this coin. I wouldn't say it's like breakout bullish, but we've kind of already broken out and we're in this little sweet spot here where once we get past that 10-cent mark, I think it's going to continue to take off again. Between now and then, I would expect some resistance at that level, but you can see this obvious pennant pattern here that broke out with the price action pushing up to retest the most recent high. So again, breaking previous highs is a really important thing. So I do think getting over 10 cents would be a strong consideration for a long. It's already a strong consideration for a long right now, don't get wrong. I definitely think that we're in position right now where the price is more likely to increase. But just know resistance, we have a pretty strong resistance at 10 cents, okay? So if you are in a long position right now and you got some massive profits, consider taking profits sometime between now and that 9.9 mark. Okay, that's just some friendly advice. Hopefully that can work out well for you. Either way, thanks again so much for the awesome feedback. We got some really good feedback from a lot of my Myro viewers, so deeply appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm glad it's working out well for you. Again, TA does have some benefits. It's not an exact science by any means, but it certainly helps kind of increase the odds in your favor, right? If you want that for yourself too, make sure you check out Bitunix. Phenomenal exchange, no KYC or VPN required. Link down below for that. That is an exchange that we use primarily as a community, and if you do want to become a better trader, again, access to the signals or just in general, become part of our trading community. We got some phenomenal traders here. Check that out in your own time. CryptoCash.tech. I look forward to working with you. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.